In this recording, I'm going to speak about Serpentine parasites. Those demons are a Nephilim breed. Well, they're not fallen angels, they are a Nephilim breed that feed off of sex energy from men, especially young men. And in this illustration, I've just pointed out how they operate. Now, this character, let's call her Jessica. All right. So Jessica, just a common young woman. She went shopping. She's wearing modern clothes. She has quite some bad thinking patterns. And look at her aura. Her aura is grayish, dark. Her thinking is darkness. Okay, let's look at some of. Here you see all those cracks in her energy field. Those are the bad thinking patterns. Here's one. I'm not good enough. Here's another one. Some annoyance she's holding on to, or I need to prove myself to be valued. I can't stand Suzanne. She's comparing herself with others in a way she shouldn't compare. I can't stand beta men. She has wrong expectations of men. And she is projecting all the pain of those expectations upon men. So she doesn't want to see that it's her own messed up expectations that's causing all that pain. So anyway, this is her. Well, most people that see her would only see a young woman that's shopping, wearing high heels, with red hair, and just enjoying her time, together with friends or on her own. But let's go here. This is the same Jessica. She's now wearing a red dress, nylon heels, and now you can see clearly who she's carrying with her. Again, this is her aura, which is black, grayish, all these cracks in it. It's here. And you have this creep, this serpentine parasite that's wrapped himself around her. And this demon over here is feeding off of her negativity. Now, she's not aware she has this. Nevertheless, this serpentine parasite is controlling her thoughts and also causing her to take certain actions. She thinks she has control over her own life. She is so-called self-confident, but it's all fake. Okay, this is what she has carrying with her 24/7 everywhere she is. And that's how the operation goes. Jessica here, you see her in black nylon, high heels, a white dress, and she meets Jim. Now Jim, his aura, he has cracks in it, he has some bad thinking patterns, but he doesn't have that same amount of waste energy like Jessica has. He is, overall, he has a positive outlook upon life. So he's kind of confident, despite the cracks in his thinking. And now you have this creep over here, wants to reach out to Jim. Why does this creep want to reach out to Jim? Because this creep wants to feed off Jim's energy. That's what this creep wants, because this Nephilim breed, they need to feed off of energy. They are energy vampires. And look, those energy vampires, they use women who are in the negative. I mean those bad things, but they use them to get the attention of men, because that's very effective. And often women dress provokingly, especially in countries where feminism has flourished. Women tend to dress provokingly to prove their femininity. Well, I'm not preaching on how women should dress in this video. Okay, I'm a young man myself. Don't forget that. I just want to point out that the way you dress will affect how people perceive you. Even if those people have no bad intentions towards you, if you dress a certain way, you are affecting everyone that sees you. Look, if I wear a rainbow shirt and I begin to walk out there, a lot of people would think I'm associated with the LGBT community, and I'm not. That's why I don't wear clothes with rainbow colors in it. Is there something wrong with rainbow colors? No. But I know that people have made this connection into the brain between the rainbow and the LGBT, the gay community. So when you use the rainbow, you will provoke that association. Well, that association is arbitrary because the rainbow itself is a natural thing installed by the Most High, and you can read about it in the book of Genesis. But besides the artificial conditioning, you also have the natural conditioning of how people operate. A natural conditioning is that when you perceive danger, immediately your amygdala, that's a part of your brain, becomes active, and to alert the body that there's danger. That's a natural conditioning. That's how you're wired naturally. When it comes to sexuality, men are men are affected by the opposite sex, as women are also. There's nothing wrong with that. But these serpentine parasites, they know how human sexuality operates. They know how the male brain functions, so they will use females that allow themselves to be available to those creeps over here. They use those females to reach the attention of men, because what happens? This Jessica met Jim. Jim here is not sexually involved with her. He's not. If he is, his brain has been provoked due to how Jessica is dressing, but he has no intention to force himself on her nor anything like that. But here's the thing. This Jim does not see this demon over here. And this demon over here is using one of his arms and his long tongue to wrap himself around Jim, to feed off of Jim's energy. As I mentioned before, this breed over here, they need to feed out of others, and they do especially feed off men. So here you see Jessica with all those bursts in her aura, those negative thinking patterns. And this demon is empowered by her without being aware of it, and now he's using all of this to target Jim. Now Jim has only spoken to her, and let's say that they remain loose friends. They just contact once a while through social media, and let's say she's going to the same school as him, or they're in the same, they are colleagues of one another. He is in contact with her on a frequent basis, and that alone makes Jim accessible to this creep that's attached to Jessica. And this creep is feeding himself with Jim's energy, and without Jim even being aware of it. And look, let's say that these two get together. They are in a romantic relationship, or they even marry. When they have sexual intercourse, all the waste energy of Jessica becomes, let me say, it's not activated. Let me explain this. All this waste is being thrown around where they're having their intercourse. So Jim becomes fully overwhelmed with her waste energy. Of course, Jim is not aware of it. Jim is having a good time with her over here, but that's what's happening. And she still has that creep around her. It's with her everywhere, 24/7. And here's the thing, this creep is controlling her thoughts. I'm not saying this creep can read her thoughts, but he's controlling her thoughts, because she has these bad thinking patterns that enables this creep to attach himself to her and to direct her in her decisions. This creep caused her to be involved with Jim. Why? So that this creep can suck up much of the energy of Jim over here. And what happens when that has happened? You have other demons that come in groups. They come in cohorts, legions, bands. A band is 50, a cohort is around 100, and the legion is around 5,000, between 5 till 10,000 unclean spirits. Often those are very small spirits, like those dwarfs that are hovering around, seeking where they can leech off. So let's say they have a romantic thing together. Jim now also has the serpentine parasites attached to him, but these are the ones that are just stuck at him. Remember, Jim had bad thinking patterns, but those bad thinking patterns were not operative completely. But now, because he's involved with her, and he receives her waste every time they have intercourse, now those demons have the ability, are empowered to hang around Jim. So Jim is carrying maybe a band, maybe a cohort, or I won't say legion because there's a lot need to happen before you can be inhabited by a legion, but he has a pack of paranormal entities around him now. And here is another illustration I've made. There's an older couple, a male, a husband and a wife. Together, they're both are in Christ. So the Holy Spirit is shining through them. Look, I'm not saying that when you are in agreement with Christ that you cannot be attacked nor targeted. You can be targeted and you will be targeted, especially if you are in agreement with Christ. If you are a young man who's following the Lord and you are in agreement with Christ, you are going to have these serpentine parasites coming after you. And that has nothing to do with any wrong on your part. These spirits are using your natural manhood, your natural interest in the opposite sex to lure you and to feed off you. And what's their purpose? To kill you. Plain and simple, to kill you. If they have the ability, they'll kill you, drain you, without you even being aware of it. Now look, if a woman has a serpentine parasite around her, it proves she has a lot of wrong thinking patterns. That means that she's operating in darkness. She does not have to be a witch, or maybe she is, but here's the thing, there are a lot of young girls today, though to those Harry Potter movies, they think it's cool to call themselves witches, but that does not mean that they are real witches. They just think it's cool to call themselves that way. Please don't call yourself a witch if you're not. Don't be a witch at all. But anyway, whether a woman is a witch or not, if she has one of those creeps around her, she's dangerous to be around. Right? And young men, listen, not only young men, men in general, but I'm addressing young men now. There's a difference between a natural attraction to the opposite sex and a paranormal pull. Maybe I should write it down. Let me look for it. Okay, here's a pen. Hold on. I'm going to write it down for you. Or a paranormal attraction. Okay. A paranormal attraction is, for example, you're walking in the mall and this woman passes by and you are kind of shocked by her presence. She captures your visuals and you have to turn around, you have to look at her, and you feel this urge to contact her. You're so drawn onto her. Now the world will call this that you have fallen in love. Now let me tell you what it is. It is a demon. It's a serpentine parasite that has noticed you. And this demon or demons, because some women have multiple of these creeps around them, they are so excited they have seen you and they want to pull you to feed off of you. That's what's happening. And they are using the energy they're leeching off of this woman to project telepathically thoughts towards you. They're throwing thoughts towards you. And when those, I would call them those signs, reach your brain reacts. And when your brain reacts and you see her, your brain has this natural response to be provoked by a sexual image, because she's dressing provokingly, so your brain receives this is naturally activated sexually. And when that happens, when your energy field becomes more sexually laden, the demons just suck it all away. And that sucking away is drawing you towards her. So it's really these creeps sucking your energy away, and they're around her, and you feel drawn to her, and you think it's that you found true love. You think you found the true one. You think that it's something beautiful. It's not. It is not. I'm not saying that you can't find someone that matches you as a partner. I'm not saying that, but just understand there is a difference between a natural affection and a natural attraction to the opposite sex and a paranormal pull or a paranormal attraction. Understand the difference very well, because not understanding this can get you in big trouble and it can get you killed. I mean it. Well, this is all for now. And of course, there are men. Sometimes those pairs also use men to get towards women, but that's a whole nother subject. For now, don't be frightened, especially for those that have the Lord. Just be aware these things are out there. Christ said that those that follow him will trample upon serpents and scorpions. Well, serpents and scorpions are symbolically for demonic operations. Now, this is one of the serpent operations that are happening often. And most of the men, they have no knowledge. They fall into the trap. And a lot of the women that are being used, they're not aware of it because, how do I say it? Their attitude is quite stupid. So that's why you have those females that get in contact with men, they start relationships, but the relationships never last. You know why? Because they have wrong expectations towards men, and it's often the creeps around them that attract the men to them. And they think that they are special when this happens, or they think that, or often think those men are creeps, and they're not aware that they're the ones carrying the creeps with them. Well, if you're a woman watching this video, I'm not accusing you, neither am I lecturing you how to dress. Just understand, if you dress a certain way, be willing to give an account why you're dressing this way. Because everywhere you go, dress that way, you are affecting other people with how you dress. If you can't explain why you're dressing this way, but you just have to, then you need to seek help. But that being said, enjoy your day. Keep on praying. Be at peace.